Probate is the court proceeding in which a representative of the deceased is appointed to handle the deceased's estate. Along with distributing assets, this representative is charged with paying off the estate's debts. Although probate can be stressful and expensive, however, not all estates need to go through this process. If the estate is small enough, probate can often be avoided entirely. However, most other estates will need to go through either informal, formal, or supervised probate, depending on the specifics of the situation. Arizona law doesn't require all estates to go through probate. Certain assets can be automatically transferred to a beneficiary without the probate court's involvement. Here are some types of property that don't require probate. Real estate held in community property or owned as joint tenants with a right of survivorship. Life insurance policies with a beneficiary. IRAs, 401ks, and retirement accounts with a beneficiary. Annuities with a beneficiary. Bank accounts with payable on death, POD, or transfer on death, TOD, clause. Assets in a living trust. Houses and bank accounts in joint tenancy. Assets and real estate registered as transfer on death, TOD. For lower value estates, less than $200,000 in personal property or $300,000 in real property, the inheritor can often avoid going through probate. However, the inheritor will need to write a short document declaring that they are entitled to a certain asset. This document is called an affidavit and must be signed under oath. Arizona doesn't have an inheritance tax or estate tax, so property can be passed to loved ones without the inheritor getting hit with a hefty bill. Probate can be long and drawn out, and many Arizona residents take steps to avoid having their estates go through this process. Additionally, probate proceedings can come with a high cost. Depending on the complexity of the case, individuals involved in probate cases may end up paying for both court fees and attorney fees. In the long run, you can expect to spend up to 5% of the estate's value on the probate process, with costs rising based on the number of parties set to inherit. Additionally, families may want to skip probate proceeds for privacy reasons. By taking steps to stay out of probate, you can keep personal financial matters confidential while avoiding a long court battle in which your family lacks access to money and resources. So, how do you avoid having your estate go through probate? As an Arizona resident, there are steps you can take to skip the probate process while preserving your loved one's financial security. One of the best ways to avoid probate is to create a living trust for assets such as real estate, bank accounts, cars, retirement funds, and more. You can work with an attorney to write a trust document. Like a will, this document names a trustee to handle the estate upon your passing. You can name yourself as the trustee for the remainder of your life. Doing this enables property to pass to your chosen beneficiaries without the need for costly probate proceedings. Additionally, you can alter the titles on your house and other forms of real estate to help keep it out of probate. The state of Arizona recognizes two types of joint ownership with rights of survivorship. Under joint tenancy with right of survivorship, two or more parties own equal shares of a property. Upon one owner's death, their shares automatically pass to the other owners. Another option is community property with right of survivorship, wherein the deceased's shares of property automatically transfer to a surviving spouse. Note that this option is only available to property owners who are married. Setting up real estate property under these statuses can help you avoid probate issues down the line. If you were appointed to handle a loved one's probate case, you can trust the JacksonWhite Probate Law team to guide you through process. We also have a fantastic estate planning team that can help you get your estate in order. Call our probate team at 480-933-5242 to discuss your case today.